Imagine creating something once and then getting paid over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. That might be part of the reason you're an actor because you have the ability to earn some residuals when commercials get renewed or when a TV show gets picked up. But in addition to your acting career and your stage and film and TV career, what if you had some steady income in between your acting bookings? A lot of actors that I talk to are in that starving artist mentality. It's a little feast and famine. They go a little while and then they don't get a booking, then they get something massive, and all of a sudden they're ballers and feeling like $1 million. And then they go a little time where they don't have the bookings, and it can be an up and down. Of course, the goal is to steady those out. But if you can create a digital product, you can create something that gives you the ability to be paid over and over again. Welcome back to Inside the Audition, the podcast that helps actors master the art and science of auditions so that you can stand out for all the right reasons and none of the wrong reasons and book your next lead role. I am your host, Joey Freddie Larson. Hello. Make sure to connect with me on Instagram at Joey Freddie Larson. If you don't know how to spell Joey, it's Joey. If you don't know how to spell Freddie, it's Freddy. And if you don't know how to spell Larson, how dare you? Larsen. That's Joey Freddie Larson on Instagram. You can slip into the DMs. You can ask any acting or audition related questions or any random questions. You want to know what I ate for lunch yesterday? Ask away. Eggs? Was it eggs? Might have been eggs. You can also suggest a topic for an episode of an upcoming podcast here. So if there's something that you want us to talk to you about, you can let us know. You can also suggest a guest or apply to be a guest. And in each episode, what do? We dive into audition experiences, advice, strategies, industry insights, inspiring stories. We chat with top actors, directors, casting directors, producers, industry pros in the film and theater industry. And whether you're an emerging actor or maybe you're a seasoned vet, you're a pro, and you're just looking to add something to the mix to go to the next level, Inside the Audition is your backstage pass to audition success. And I want to remind you that excitedly and mind-blowingly, Inside the Audition podcast is sponsored by the Monologue of the Month Club. That's right, the Monologue of the Month Club. I don't know why I'm saying it like that, but it sounds cool. And what is the Monologue of the Month Club? Well, it is your ultimate resource for professional and emerging actors who want to attract agents, casting directors, producers, build their audience, and ultimately book their next lead role. How does it work? Well, every month you choose a new made-for-you monologue from a curated list of monologues that's been delivered to your inbox each and every month. Then you can join weekly monologue jams, monthly workshops where you can get professional coaching, personalized feedback. Some of those are weekly, some of those are monthly. There's tons of options to choose from with our coaches so that you can get the coaching, get the feedback, and collaborate with an international community of actors on while you're working on that monologue. And then at the end of the month or sooner, if you want to be a keener, you record that monologue, film it, and then you have something to share on social, to send to your agent, to share with a casting director, build your audience, and showcase to the world your unique talent. So the Monologue of the Month Club is your golden ticket to your next lead role. And if you want to get started on that journey to your next lead role, all you got to do is go to www.monologueclub.com. That's www.monologue, Monologue club.com, monologueclub.com. Is most of this episode just me spelling out websites? It's great though. Go there though, monologueclub.com. Now, today we have a little bit of a special episode for a few reasons. One is we've started something new called Lead Actor Weekly. That's Lead Actor Weekly. That's a weekly newsletter that I send out to everyone on our list. You're going to get lead actor tips. You're going to get updates on what's going on inside Actors Audition Club and the Monologue of the Month Club. We spotlight our actor wins of the week. We provide you with what's coming in our calendar every week as far as new workshops, new monologue jams, and everything that's going on inside our world to help you book your next lead role. So, in today's episode, I'm going to review one of our recent updates on Lead Actor Weekly. Also, this is the biggest part of this podcast episode is we are smack dab in the middle of Audition Hero 2025. That is our big old contest that we do typically once a year. I believe once we did it twice in one year. What a treat that was. But normally once a year. So I'm just going to explain to you what this is because it's something very important that we do. And why do we do it? We do it to celebrate the actors within Actors Audition Club and the Monologue of the Month Club. We do it to put a spotlight and a showcase on them. And we do it so that we can share motivation and inspirational stories of success with you to inspire your own successes. So I sent out a message that the Audition Hero contest is back to all of our members, all of our clients. We sent this back out in March, I believe. And in that contest, you can win over $900 in prizes. Plus, everyone who entered got a free audition coaching session with one of our coaches here to help them shoot an audition self-tape. So everybody who enters gets one of those. So if you didn't enter this year, I would be like, why didn't I enter? I could have had a free coaching session just for doing that. But there's always next year, unless there's a global apocalypse and everyone dies. But let's not think about that. Guys, let's think on the bright side. Barring a global apocalypse where everyone dies, we will definitely have another Audition Hero contest next year in 2026. But let's tell you a little bit about this year's contest. The grand prize, so everyone who enters gets that free session. The grand prize, though, one lucky winner of the grand prize wins an annual membership inside the Monologue of the Month Club. They also get a 5-pack of audition coaching sessions. So that yearly membership, that's got a value of over $444. The 5-pack of sessions has a value of $495. Also, the grand prize winner is going to be featured on an upcoming episode of this podcast. So you're going to be hearing from the grand prize winner soon. Can you say friggin' amazing? Can you say it? Friggin' amazing. And all they had to do to enter is they had to shoot a quick little 3-minute video sharing their personal success over the last 12 months with us. It was just an opportunity to get an honest and raw story of their experiences working with Actors Audition Club and their recent audition breakthroughs. That was it. So it was just how to share some inspiring experiences, how they've been shaped over the last year, how their acting career has unfolded over the last year. Super easy. So if you're listening and you didn't submit this year, you can submit next year. But a few things that we're doing is it's open to all of our clients and, of course, all of our members. So anyone that we've worked with on a one-on-one coaching session or everyone who's actually a member inside the Monologue of the Month Club and Actors Audition Club, the contest is for you. It's to celebrate actors. And I want to make clear that this giveaway, the contest is not about the biggest and best results. It's not about who booked the biggest role in the biggest blockbuster movie. The giveaway is just about you, your growth that you've experienced, and the value that you've gotten from being a client and a member of Actors Audition Club and the Monologue of the Month Club. So um, if any part of you didn't submit this year because you're like, oh, who am I? Or I didn't have the biggest year ever, or I'm not an A-lister, or whatever stories you might be telling yourself, just trust that if you've been working at this craft and you've been working at your career and you've been putting in the time and energy and effort, you probably have a story of transformation and you probably have something, some little nugget in there that would inspire another actor. So don't hold your stories inside. Let them be told to the world, and who knows? So I'm encouraging you for next year to submit. But getting back to this year, what I wanted to do is these our finalists. We chose 5 finalists of the people who submitted. It was open to everyone regardless of their career level. So I really encourage people not to overthink this, just to share some inspiring stories of some audition success and some of the transformation that they've experienced in their own life and their own career over the past year. So we have a little video here that I'm going to queue up. If this works, I am incredible. Here we go. I'm going to do a little share here.
For the longest time, I felt like I was just throwing tapes into the void. I'd spend hours prepping, setting up my camera, running lines, recording take after take, only to send it off and hear nothing. Silence. No feedback. No adjustments. Just hope. Hope that what I sent was good enough. And honestly, it started to wear on me. Auditioning felt overwhelming. I was second-guessing myself, stuck in my head, trying to play the numbers game alone, without the kind of guidance that could actually sharpen my craft and strengthen my approach to self-taping and auditioning. I knew I was doing the work. I thought I was doing it right and I was giving myself the best shot. But then one day, my agent suggested I book a session with Actors Audition Club for a big audition, and from that moment forward, everything shifted. I wasn't just taping anymore. I was collaborating. With every session I booked, something started to change. The support, the energy, the attention to detail I got from Lars, Brandon, and the rest of the team, it didn't just help me level up that one audition. It made every audition after that stronger. I wasn't just hoping I got it right anymore. I knew I was putting my best work forward. My confidence skyrocketed. Auditions stopped feeling like these high-pressure tests that I had to pass. Instead, they became an opportunity to play, to tell a story, to make choices with real conviction. And the best part, they stopped feeling so nerve-wracking, because now I have the tools, preparation, the mindset. I walk into every self-tape knowing how to attack the scene, not just technically, but emotionally. If I could go back and tell my past self anything, it would be this. Charming is totally disarming. Script punctuation isn't really your friend, and treat every audition like you're already playing the part. And most importantly, if you're paying actors to help you audition, go in with the intention of collaboration, because at the end of the day, acting isn't meant to be done alone, and neither is the journey to mastering.
Tell you something, boy. I deal in truths. But you deal in lies.
Even though I've been acting all my life, since the time I can remember, it took until I retired to really dig in, take some acting classes seriously. And then I started auditioning for some non-union roles without an agent. And I booked quite a few, some student films, some YouTube videos, that kind of thing. And it was really fun. I loved being on set. It was the first time for me to be on set. I'd always been in the theater before. So lo and behold, I got myself an agent, and she said, yeah, your demographic is really needed. I'm 70 years old. And she said, that demographic is very popular for a lot of projects. And not only that, she said, it's hard to find people of my age who are actually trained. So with an agent, the auditions just keep coming. And I've been, setting up my backdrop at home and trying to wait until the perfect time of day when the light is just right, find a reader, find somebody to hold the camera, dither about how am I going to do that? I'm take 8 takes of everything. It's all getting to be a little much. So I decided to use the Actors Audition Club studio, and I've only been once, but it was awesome. It took all the stress out. I mean, I didn't have to worry about setting up a backdrop or what the lights were like, or having a reader. I had a professional reader with me and a coach. And yeah, we took some, 3 or 4 takes for each scene. But with each one, I felt more confident. I didn't have to think about any of that other stuff. I could just focus in on the performance. And of course, that's what matters. So that first one was for a commercial, and I haven't heard back yet, but I'm really hopeful. I think that was my best audition yet. And I'm just about to book another session at the Actors Audition Club studio because I just got another audition. They just keep coming. So I'm really, really happy that I found them. It's taken the stress out of it, made it more fun, made me feel confident. I'm loving this. So thanks.
That was Sandra Cardinal.
And I would rather just, contact Actors Audition Club and just kind of get them to do all the setup work for me, so that I can do something that, just has me focus on the acting, which that's what I like to do, is just focus on the stuff that I'm doing, and I don't have to worry about the lighting. I don't have to worry about, the camera work or the backdrop. And also he will edit it and send it off for you too, which is good. I find that gets rid of a bunch of the stress. I feel like now that I've gained some sort of reputation and career in this industry, it is amazing to see people like Lars at Actors Audition Club and having them help actors in this way. At least when I do it with Lars, he'll really go through it with me. He'll tell me if it just doesn't really seem that right, and he'll give me notes that make sense. I feel very fortunate that I'm able to come here and just get a solid tape out of this whole mess of an industry. At the end of the day, just have fun. And I feel like a lot of actors need to do this. I do take it seriously, but if it's not something that feels like it's going to be a good time, I don't want to do it. I get out of there, which a lot of people probably have been mad at me for doing that, but in the end, it's worked out for me. I feel like I owe a lot of my career to people like Actors Audition Club, just because they have helped me out with some last minute tapes that I've booked. So for me, I'm like, something's got to be working there. I really think that if they keep doing what they're doing, their reputation will grow and grow, and a lot of good people will be working out of this place. And I know a bunch of actors that come here and they do really well. I'm going to meet up with one right now. Thank you so much to Actors Audition Club. You guys are the best, and keep doing what you're doing, and I'll keep taping with you guys. Thank you.
That was Rodrigo Stoll. Up next is Adam Daniel Mazet.
Hi, everybody. It's Adam Daniel Mazet here from a Chrome Sky, Northern Ontario location. I figured I'd chime in with a few thoughts today about what it's like to be a member of Actors Audition Club. I've been coming since 2017, when it was formerly known as Laughing Vikings. I really, really consider Lars and Brandon not just my coaches, but also very good friends. And they've been very instrumental in helping me to hone my craft. Things like, minimizing face acting, things like, eyebrows and foreheads and things like that, minimizing that, which I had formerly done to like punch beats in a script, or just being still and realizing, how that kind of plays out in a frame, and how, being wobbly or being, a little bit slightly off kilter, off balance is, obviously not looking good within a frame. Getting a lot of callbacks from casting directors in the city of Toronto that I had always wanted to be seen by, people like John Buchan and Jason Knight at Buchan Knight, or the two Forrest sisters, obviously Sharon and the late Susan Forrest, Ilona Smythe, and the usuals, obviously the Stephanie Gorans and so forth, and being seen by them regularly, and them trying to find places for me, and always coming in for self-tapes, sometimes for 2 characters at a time, because they want to find a place for me. Obviously, just because you don't necessarily get the role doesn't mean you can't do the job. It's usually things that are conspiring against you to obviously, prevent you from getting the role, things that are entirely out of your control. But being seen and coming in and taping regularly, it's kind of boil down to a science. You get a pair of sides. I kind of memorize the lines. I make my way into the studio. It's a whole machine. I get kind of excited about it. My mind kind of gets very aligned with what I'm going to be doing over the course of the next hour. You know, you run the lines a few times with Lars or Brandon, and then you do the scene, they cut it up, and it's delivered in an hour. It's become a system, and I look forward to it. And I like coming in as often as I can to do tapes. Any opportunity that I can have to come in and do something is a win for me. It's another opportunity to be on the mark, to feel what that feels like to be on the mark. And I think being on the mark is really good for the actor, because it just, it internalizes the feeling of being on that mark and getting called back for a lot of stuff. And I just feel that this year is going to be enormously successful. It started off very well so far. And I'm very excited about the things that are coming, not only the things that I do as a working actor, but also the things that I do in producing my own stuff. And it's all part and parcel of this wonderful stew of things. And I have to thank Lars and I have to thank Brandon for being there all the time. If you're not a member of Actors Audition Club, seriously consider it. And let's just continue to hammer kick goals for 2025. See you guys at AAC.
Up next is Martin.
Hi, my
Martina
name is Martina
Bossadé.
Bossadé. I'm from Dublin, Ireland. I've been living in Canada now for about 3 years, and I've been working with the Actors Audition Club on my tapes of late, and I've seen such a major difference. I've been quite busy over the past 2 years working on some other projects, so I've stepped away from auditioning, and I just got an agent before the Christmas period, and so I've just been stepping into it slowly over the past couple of months. And working with the Actors Audition Club has been fantastic because they have so many great sources online. You can just log in, learn so much, new techniques that I haven't used before, so many different ideas and tips and tricks. And I love the fact that I can just book an in-person tape to be filmed in their studio downtown. I live such a busy lifestyle. I did a tape today with the Actors Audition Club that went great, and now I've got to head off and do a bunch of other work, so that's why I'm filming this in my car. But I love the convenience of just walking in, you know, getting into the role. That's the only thing I really need to worry about. I don't need to worry about setting up a camera, filming, editing, sending it off, or doing any of that. They do all of that, which is fantastic. And on top of that, you know, I'm still relatively new to Canada, so for me it's really getting the casting directors to become familiar with me, know that I can do good tapes, and I'm going to show up and really do my best. So that's kind of where I'm at in my journey at the moment, stepping back into things which can be quite daunting, but working with the Actors Audition Club, I've seen such great improvement in my tapes. They're probably the best tapes that I've done so far, so I'm really happy with that. And at the moment a lot of casting directors are calling me, they're getting familiar with me, and it, you know, it looks like things are really going in the right direction. So what I would say is, I mean, if you haven't joined the Actors Audition Club, I would 100% recommend that you look into it, because it's made such a big difference for me in so many different ways. And it's having that confidence of, you know, working with a company that is so professional. They've got so much experience in the industry, and they're really pushing you to do your best, that you get the best out of your tapes, out of yourself, and that you get those callbacks, and eventually you book that role. All right, well, thanks for watching my video, and I'll see you soon. Actors Audition Club.
Well, there you have it. Those were our Audition Hero 2025 finalists. Once again, shout out to Timothy David Daniels. We had Sandra Cardinal. We had Rodrigo Fernandez Stoll. We had Adam Daniel Mazzei and Martina Bossadé. So they are our 5 finalists. We will be announcing the grand prize winner here in the most likely next week. So if you're listening now, you might even see it on social media by now. And we are going to feature the winner on their own episode. So stay tuned for that. Now, I just wanted to, I mentioned it a little earlier, but I wanted to cover something called our Lead Actor Weekly. which is our new newsletter. So this is something that been thinking about doing this for a while. We have the podcast, we have social media, but I love the act of writing. I love the act of sitting down on a Sunday afternoon and organizing some of my thoughts. So what we've started to do is to send out a weekly email called Lead Actor Weekly. And I'm just going to review some of the things that are in that. If you want to make sure to get on that, you can shoot me a DM on Instagram. Shoot me a DM with the word lead, L-E-A-D, lead, and I'll send you a link and you can get subscribed to Lead Actor Weekly. We send this out every week. I'll review some of it on the podcast every week as well. But we already talked about the Audition Hero contest. So again, I want to shout out all of our finalists. Those performances and I shouldn't say performances, those testimonials and those videos definitely poked me in the heart, a little bit in the soul. And it just shows that all of those finalists, they've got courage, they've got commitment, they've got craft, and that's a real magic formula here. So every finalist that you heard from and everyone who entered, they've taken the time, they've invested energy, and more importantly, they've invested love into themselves and their own careers. And hopefully that's inspired and motivated you as well. And the thing that they didn't do is they didn't wait for someone else to hand them a spotlight or to discover them. They've all become the spotlight or created their own spotlight. So the question for you is, are you willing to go all in on yourself? Because the next success story could be your story. So make sure to enter Audition Hero next time we open the contest, and you'll hear from the winner. Now, I want to do a little actor win for the week, a little shout out. This is to Brandon Knox, who's an actor and a coach here at Actors Audition Club. Brandon's been an actor for a long, long time, total pro in TV, film, theater, commercials, voiceover. He's done it all, and he's been on quite a bit of a hot streak recently. He's booked a lot of roles, and we wanted to give him a special shout out because over the past month or so, throughout most of April, he's been on set shooting a Netflix. I believe it's Netflix. I think, don't quote me on that, but I believe it's going to land on Netflix. He's been part of a big series with a hot creator and a hot cast and team. I say hot, meaning they're doing lots of cool things. Not temperature hot, although it's springtime here, so it's getting hotter. Anyways, Brandon is a living example of when you continually show up, you train hard, you keep doing the work, even when nobody's watching. Eventually, the world starts watching. So shout out to Brandon. And Brandon's also one of our incredible coaches here at Actors Audition Club. So he's available with the rest of our team to help you shoot your next standout audition in less time. And you can book an audition coaching session at actorsauditionclub.com. And I want to shout out Brandon for many reasons. You've seen him on the podcast. You might have booked a session with him. You might have worked with him as an actor. One of the things he's always doing, he's always training, he's always rehearsing, he's always in class, he's always working on monologues, he's watching plays, he's reading plays, he's watching films. He's a real student of the craft. He never stops working, and he's fully in it. And one of the things that he also does is he gets his own coaching. He is a coach like me, but I also get coaching. I invest time, energy, and money into coaches. And I just want to point out, it is no coincidence that Brandon himself is one of our regular clients at Actors Audition Club, in addition to being a coach. So what does that mean? It means every time Brandon has an audition, he books a session with one of the coaches. Often it's me or one of our newer coaches. And he takes the time to invest the time, energy, and money into professional coaching, someone that is an outside eye that can give him some tips and some pointers, maybe see some things, give him some suggestions that he might have overlooked by himself. And it is no coincidence that he has booked a lot of sessions here at the studio, and he books a lot of roles, and he's also one of our best coaches. Those three things. So just a little bit of a shout out to Brandon, and also a little bit of a call to action for you. If you're not getting what you want in your life and in your career right now, maybe investing in yourself and investing in some coaching is the thing you need to look at. And often people get confused about what coaching is, and they'll be like, oh, well, I can't afford to pay for auditions. You're not paying for an audition. You're not paying to audition. You're paying for an expert coach, collaborator to unlock more of you and unlock more of your true and strong potential, to give you some coaching, give you some teaching, help you see blind spots. All top performers in every category have invested in coaches. So if you haven't yet and you're not where you're at, you're not where you want to be, then consider investing in coaching sessions at Actors Audition Club or anywhere. And not just acting coaching. I have business coaches, I have fitness coaches, I have, of course, acting coaches. Since 2020, if I were to wager to guess, I would say I've invested about $70,000 in coaching and education and training programs. But most of that has been coaching, business coaching, acting coaching, and health and fitness and personal growth. So where are you investing? And remember, the transformations come from the transactions, meaning once you get skin in the game, a little moolah, like when you invest in a personal trainer, if your trainer's waiting for you at the gym, you think you're going to show up? Yeah, of course you are. So when you invest in yourself, almost immediately there's a transformation. You become more of a pro. You walk and talk a little differently and feel good about yourself because you realize, hey, I'm working at this. Not to say you can't get some free education out there and you can't be a freebie seeker and you can go on podcast binging and you can listen to things on YouTube, but when you specifically invest the time and money with a coach, with a mentor, transformational things can happen. So consider that. Now, I want to move on here and we want to talk about how you can become unforgettable in your auditions and ultimately land your next lead role. So I want to share with you our 4-step monologue mastery playbook from inside the Monologue of the Month Club. This is a simple 4-step move that you can rinse and repeat once a month to grow your career. It's going to help you attract an audience. It's going to help you attract agents, casting directors, and ultimately attract your next lead role. And it's something very simple and systematic that you can do each and every month. So step 1 is you choose a made-for-you monologue. Now, when you're a member of the Monologue of the Month Club, we serve those up to you in your inbox in the portal every month. We give you a curated, themed list of monologues from TV and film and theater, and you can choose the one that you like from there. If you're a real keener, you can choose multiple ones, but you choose at least one made-for-you monologue. Step 2 is you spend time applying storytelling techniques and text analysis to that monologue. So that is some of your preparation time. So you go through the text, you actually uncover all the things that you need to uncover to be the best storyteller when you actually are delivering the monologue. That's step 2. Step 3 is you start your preparation and your rehearsal period. And when you're a member of Monologue of the Month Club, you can do those rehearsals inside our regular monologue jams. They happen at minimum once a week, often by our coaches or special guests, where it's essentially a monologue party where you can show up, you can perform that monologue, get to rehearse it, you get feedback, personalized coaching, professional feedback. You have a virtual audience, so you can mimic that actual opening night or on-set feeling of knowing that people are watching rather than just sending it off into the void. So you can do that. And then by the end of the month, what do you do? Well, once you've rehearsed that monologue throughout the month, you film it, and then you can share that new monologue demo as a reel on social. You can send it to your agent. You can send it to your casting directors. You put it out there to the world. So that's a way for you over the course of the year, members of Monologue of the Month Club, even in 6 months, that's 6 new lead role monologues, powerful monologues that you've mastered and then filmed, and then you have this archive that builds up. So in between auditions, regardless of what is going on in your audition life, I know a lot of actors occasionally are complaining like, oh, it's slow, or I haven't had an audition. Well, what are you doing in between auditions? You're not just an actor only when you get an audition. So how are you working on your craft? How are you working on your career? How are you sharpening the saw? And the way that you can do that inside the Monologue of the Month Club is following that 4-step process. So every month we have themed monologues. So for example, January was Shakespeare. February was love and romance. March was societal and political struggle. And each month there's a theme list goes up to your portal. Now, of course, you can spend all the time Googling them if you want. You can search on the online databases. You can do all that, but we've saved you the time inside Monologue of the Month Club. So these are powerful monologues. You go through the list, find the ones that really speak to you, and then you start working on it. Step two, you go through your storytelling and your text analysis with the actual text. Then you got to get it on its feet in step three. How do you do that inside the Monologue of the Month Club? Well, you sign up to come to one of the monologue jams. And when you're a member of the Monologue of the Month Club, you can come to as many monologue jams as you want for free. It's just all part of the membership. So I run at least one every week. Typically, mine right now are Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern, but we know that people have different schedules. So our other coaches will be hosting monologue jams at different dates and times throughout the week and throughout the month. Some of them weekly, some of them monthly. But the bottom line is throughout the course of a month, you'll have multiple options to join these monologue jams where you can get up on your feet, you get to perform into a live virtual audience, you get personalized feedback, professional coaching, you get to collaborate and be in community with an international community of growth-minded actors. And then at the end of the month, before the month is up, film it, share it, put it on social, send it to your agent, ask your agent to push it to casting directors, and you got a brand new monologue that you've mastered that you can showcase to show people that you're a lead role actor. So that's the rinse and repeat method. If you want to become a member of the Monologue of the Month Club, you can go to monologueclub.com to learn more about how to do that. You can also send me a DM. If you send me a DM with the word club, I'll do something special to you. Just let me know that you want to join. I'll give you a link for the first month free, just for the podcast listeners. So if you're a podcast listener, DM me club. Say, hey, I listened to Inside the Audition podcast, interested in joining the Monologue of the Month Club. You said that you'd give me a free month. I will do that. I'll send you that link. You get your first month free, and then every month you can be applying this Monologue Mastery Playbook. And over the course of the year, you're going to see massive leaps and bounds on your way to book your next lead role. We got a couple new podcasts coming up, I think later this week. You're going to hear from Alexandra Fiallos and Sahil Zervi. Alex and Sahil are new coaches with us. So if you're just listening to this right now, you're going to be hearing those episodes coming out. I think they're going to come out in the next week or so. Alex talked about how bold choices build unforgettable auditions, and Sahil talked about why repetition and getting in your reps and getting in the game and continuing to train and also playing and keeping it play are keys to growth. So shout out to Alex and Sahil. You can also book sessions with them if you want to go to actorsauditionclub.com. They are on our coaching team, available 7 days a week, either virtually or if you're in Toronto, you can come to the Toronto studio. But if you're not in Toronto, we work with people all over the world. So don't feel bad that you're not in here, you're not in Toronto. And we'll have new studios opening up in other cities soon. But make sure to listen and subscribe to Inside the Audition podcast. If you haven't done it already, come on, what are you guys doing? The thing I love about podcasts is you can turn a commute, you can turn your garden time, or you can turn your dog walk time into an acting workshop. So do a little bit of, what do they call it? Multitasking there. Little inspiration, little audition inspo in your ear. I want to also let everyone know that you can catch the replay to James Wedmore's masterclass. You can still catch that replay. It's going to be available just for a limited amount of time, and then the replay is going to go away. James did an incredible, over the course of 3 parts, he did an incredible masterclass called Your First Digital Product. And I want to just ask you, imagine creating something once and then getting paid over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. That might be part of the reason you're an actor, because you have the ability to earn some residuals when commercials get renewed or when a TV show gets picked up. But in addition to your acting career and your stage and film and TV career, what if you had some steady income in between your acting bookings? A lot of actors that I talk to are in that starving artist mentality. It's a little feast and famine. They go a little while and then they don't get a booking, then they get to something massive, and all of a sudden they're ballers and feeling like $1 million. And then they go a little time where they don't have the bookings, and it can be an up and down. Of course, the goal is to steady those out. But if you can create a digital product, you can create something that gives you the ability to be paid over and over again. That could be a performance, that could be live virtual events, that could be a coaching program, a course, a masterclass, a workshop. Any digital product could be audio, could be video, could just be PDF downloads. If you're a comedian, of course, that could be downloads of your album, downloads of your comedy tracks. Even as an actor, you could record a one person show. There's literally like dozens and dozens of ways to do this, but James breaks it down how inside your first digital product masterclass. So, and in that class, he teaches you what to create. He teaches you how to price it so that it sells. He teaches you how to launch it and get it out into the world. And he'll help you grow it without getting burnt out. So, working with James, I've worked with James since 2021. He is my digital business coach. Now he's become a buddy of mine too. I've had the opportunity to spend a lot of time with him at several of his events and masterminds. And the guy's a genius in digital business. He also went to film school in California. So his beginnings are film school. He made his first millions selling a YouTube course to business owners of basically he was one of the early like YouTube gurus, YouTube experts. But then he's graduated and shifted his business into helping digital business owners. So he works with coaches, course creators, membership owners, authors, thought leaders, really anyone who's putting any kind of digital product out there or shifting from a service-based business into a digital business. And he can help you do that too. He works with a ton of creators, myself included. He's helped me build Actors Audition Club. He's helped me build Monologue of the Month Club. He's helped me even grow the podcast. He helped me sell more tickets to events. So you can catch the free replay before it goes away. Now I'm going to tell you how to do that. You'll see links on my Instagram if you follow me at Joey Freddy Larson, but just send the word first, DM or comment and say first, and I'll know that you need the link for your first digital product. It's an incredible masterclass. He could have charged hundreds of dollars just for this class alone, but it's completely free. There's no pitch at the end of it, except he does let you know about another upcoming training that he has later in the month. But send me the word first, DM me. I'll send you the link. You can get registered. You got to act quick though, because that recordings, the replays, they're going away soon. They're just available for a limited time. So DM me the word first. You'll get into your first digital product. James is going to show you how to create your product, how to price it, how to launch it, how to grow it, so that you can be getting paid over and over in your sleep and in between those bookings, so you can take some of the stress off and maybe do more of the acting that you love without stressing about making money or stressing about soul-sucking Joe job or any of those kind of things that you got to do to pay the bills. So final curtain closing thoughts today on this episode. I want to remind you, lead actors, they're not discovered. The whole thing of discovering how you're going to be seen in a coffee shop or walking down the street and Martin Scorsese is going to say, hey, kid, you got the goods. I'm going to put you in a movie. No, lead actors also aren't waiting. They're just sitting around twiddling their thumbs. I don't mean waiting as actors. I mean waiting, just waiting for an opportunity to be thrown in their lap. Lead actors are built. How do you build yourself? How do you create yourself into a lead actor? Well, you do it one monologue, one scene, one audition, and really one brave, bold move and choice at a time. So I want to remind you and encourage you to keep showing up, keep creating, keep growing. And I want to remind you that your starring lead role is waiting and ready for you. But are you ready for it? And action. This has been Inside the Audition, everyone. I want to thank you for being here. And I want to remind you too that if you are a professional or emerging film and theater actor, maybe you're a director, maybe you're a casting director, you're a producer. If you're someone making bold moves in the industry, then I want to chat with you. So we interview industry pros at all stages in their career. So if you want to share a story, you got a story that you think will encourage and motivate and inspire others, You can go to insidetheaudition.com, and there's a button on there you can apply to be a next guest. And final time, I want to remind you again that mastering powerful monologues is the most effective way to showcase your unique talent to the world so that you can attract audiences, attract agents, attract casting directors, and land your next lead role. So to get started, you can join the Monologue of the Month Club. Go to monologueclub.com. And just again, remember, every audition, it's your opportunity to showcase yourself, your unique talent to the world. So seize those opportunities. You just may be landing the next life-changing role the next time you audition. And if you want to get professional coaching 7 days a week from anywhere in the world, visit actorsauditionclub.com, and we will help you shoot a standout audition in less time and book your next lead role. So once again, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time on Inside the Audition. Audition. Audition is short for audition. Lingo. I don't know if you realize that, but when I say audition, it's short for audition. This has been Inside the Audition.